am going to talk to you about the Daphne Joy Cam Newton interview. And this interview sent off so many bells in my head, and alarms, if you will. It is such a difference in my mind with how Black women are viewed in our society versus people who aren't Black. And a lot of times when Black women are being crucified in social media and slut shamed in social media, so many people come out online and try to tell us we're delusional and we're making it up and no, it's not true and blah, 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 blah. But in my mind, Daphne Joy and some of her comments and her confidence, quite frankly, and how she has been treated in the media is an example of what we need to examine. And so I'm going to pull this latest video up for you.
I'm not hiding my sexuality, my sensuality, my seductiveness, nothing. I mean, that's me as a woman. That's my femininity that I'm absolutely in love with. And I love being a woman, and a woman who loves sex. I'm not hiding, is sexual and is sensual. Devouring, like, you know, like that dance is like where we're the most like animalistic and like the most free in ourselves. Like, why should I be ashamed of that?
Okay, I want to point out just right there, and she's talking about being sensual and being free and being animalistic. And I guess about maybe a week ago, or I think the whole video is either 37 or 39 minutes. I saw a clip that was 2 minutes and 19 seconds. She is allegedly one of the people who was doing freak offs with Diddy. She is the mother of 50 Cent's son. She is someone who engaged allegedly in various freak offs with Diddy. The sex tape that was recently leaked showed her with, I have since looked him up, he's a porn star. He has a very large member. And in just the short clip that I saw, they were naked. She was doing all sorts of oral and sexual things in the video. And when you see her speaking right now, she talks about her sensuality, embracing it. Why should she be ashamed of it? That's what jumps out at me regarding what she's saying. I'm not mad at her. I'm not angry at her. And I have no interest in slut shaming her in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But what's very interesting, if you guys remember when Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson broke up, and that meme came out, and you have Megan bent down in the front and these line of guys, and so many guys came out. They were Black men, a lot of them, and they called her everything but a child of God. They talked about everybody who she supposedly had a relationship with, who she supposedly had sex with. They attempted to shame her and essentially say that she was not worthy. She wasn't worthy of love. She wasn't worthy of a man who was a millionaire. She wasn't worthy of a man who was in the NBA. She wasn't worthy of anyone who was going to take her seriously. These are the comments. You can look them up on my Instagram page, Empower with Yasmin. You can look them up on my Facebook page, Yasmin Shiraz. And yet this woman is able to come out and say, hey, yeah, it's me. Why should I be ashamed of it? We're our most animalistic. This is not something, in my opinion, that had this person, she is half, I want to say, Filipino and Puerto Rican, that a Black woman could have said, coming off of the Diddy freak offs, allegedly. I do not believe that somebody could have said that and been a Black woman. I will let us continue to listen.
Yeah, you just got to own it.
Just for the record, did you leak?
No, absolutely not. I saw it for the first time when everyone else saw it for the first time. It was like underneath the covers, like, oh.
What?
I was like, oh my God.
Now, what did I do?
And trust me, if I were to leak my own tape, they would be climbing the walls, okay?
No. The Great Wall of China, like, damn.
Turning inside out.
But I want to ask.
Another point that I want to make, and again, no slut shaming, guys. Like, we're not doing that. But the calmness or the jovialness that she's able to sort of joke about, well, if I were to release my sex tape, right? Like, hey, this is okay. This is something that's almost liberating. This is something that's fun. This is not a space for Black women, right? I remember Montana Fishburne, so Larry Fishburne, or Lawrence Fishburne, as we're supposed to call him, I believe, his daughter having a sex tape. We heard about her sex tape. People was talking about what her skin looked like on her behind. I mean, people tore this young woman down, okay? She could not come and be like, oh, well, sure. Like, hey, it happened. And hey, and I'm laughing and I'm doing media and, you know, like, hey, and if, you know what I'm saying? And even Cam, she said climbing the walls. He's talking about the Great Wall of China. So he's basically saying the Great Wall of China is one of the greatest walls ever. He's basically saying, well, hey, if you were to release one and you're saying climbing the walls, he's saying, yeah, we would be climbing the Great Wall to see it. So he is almost complimentary towards her regarding this. And my assertion today with how they relate to Black women who they feel are promiscuous, who they feel has slept with so many people, they are not jovial. They are not happy. They are not patting a Black woman on the back who is sexually liberated. They are not doing that. And so it's interesting to me that she's getting almost a round of applause. And I'm saying, as a Black woman who has seen people tear down Black women, this is not a space that is welcome to Black women. And that's a space of sexuality where you're free, you're animalistic, you're all these things, you're happy in who you are. She said, just own it. A Black woman cannot own having multiple partners publicly, even if they're all adults, even if they've all protected themselves, particularly being a high profile person, because they come after you and they say everything about you, whether it's true or not. This is an example of the double standard right in our face. You have Meg Thee Stallion, who has her college degree, owns a couple businesses, owns a Popeyes, doing all of these things, right? And she's dated whomever she's dated, whatever. And she gets in a good relationship, right? But she's working, she's got real estate investment, she's doing her thing. Her and her boyfriend break up, she's everything but a child of God. You're slut shaming her on superhero levels. Like, there's nothing higher, okay? This woman, who we understand allegedly is in some kind of freak off situation, potentially, allegedly, it hasn't been confirmed. And Cam Newton cannot really contain his enthusiasm or how impressed that he is. He's asking her as she becomes a sex symbol, what? What? Okay. And I'm not hating. I'm just wanting to point out just the discrepancy between how one person with not even a sex tape is treated and someone else who not only has a sex tape, but has been allegedly tied to doing multiple acts, freak offs, whatever you want to call them, potentially with sex workers. Allegedly, okay? We don't know this for a fact, so I don't want to say she did it, but it brings the point of how differently we treat people. And it's like, if it's one person, it's okay. If it's somebody else, they're beneath the dirt in my shoe.